morning, dear students. Welcome to our second YouTube class. Today we are going to discuss about noun and verb, subject English, lesson Wonderful West. So let us look at the textbook, page number 14. So there is one activity, word building. There are some words which have more than one meaning. For example, a word is there, point. Point as noun, it means a dot in print or writing, or full stop, or decimal in mathematics, or the number you score in a game. And as verb, it means to show or call attention to something. Let us see one example. The boys have scored more points than the girls. Here, points is used as noun and it means the number scored by the boys and the girls in a game. And second sentence, here, he pointed to the yellow color house and said, that house is mine. Here pointed means to show. There are many words in this chapter like ground, survey, scrap, strangely, tempting. These words have more than one meaning and more than one use also. So you have to look up the dictionary and find out the different use and the different meaning of these words. So before doing these activities, let us learn something about noun and the verb. So noun, are the naming words. Nouns refer to the name of persons, animals, places, things or ideas. Noun can be a name for a person like Samit, Sita, Ashok, Julie. It can be a name for an animal like dog, cat, cow, kangaroo. It can be a name for a place like London, Australia, Canada, Mumbai. It can be a name for a thing like bat, ball, chair, door, house, computer. And also it can be a name for an idea such as devotion, happiness, excitement. Keeping in view various factors, the noun can be classified in various ways. So let us discuss about different types of nouns. First, common noun and proper noun. So let us see what is a common noun and a proper noun. A common noun is a name given in common to every person and thing of same class or kind. For example, boy, city, king. So boy means any boy, city means any city. So what is proper noun? Proper noun is the name of some particular person or place. For example, Hari, Kolkata, Ashoka. Let us see one example. Ashoka was a wise king. Here there are two nouns, Ashoka and king. Here Ashoka refers to a particular king, but the noun king might be applied to any other king as well as Ashoka. So we call Ashoka a proper noun and a king common noun. Like that, Delhi is a proper noun while city is a common noun. Hari is a proper noun while boy is a common noun. India is proper noun while country is common noun. It means any country. And India is particular our country. One thing to remember here, in written English, a proper noun always begins with a capital letter. It means whenever you are writing a proper noun like Ashoka, Delhi, Hari, India, the first letter of the word should be in capital letter. Another classification of noun is countable noun and uncountable noun. So what is countable noun? The nouns that can be counted are called countable nouns. It can be used with a number or a or n before it. These nouns have a singular as well as a plural forms. For example, pen, boy, sister. These are the countable nouns because we can count them. Uncountable nouns are the names of the things which we cannot count. They often refer to substance, liquids, and abstract ideas. For example, milk, sugar, wood, honesty. These are uncountable nouns. Countable nouns have plural forms while uncountable nouns do not. For example, we say books, but we cannot say sugars. Another classification of noun is concrete noun and abstract noun. Concrete noun, the things that exist physically and that at least one of our sense organ can detect are called concrete nouns. For example, tree, apple, moon. Concrete noun means the nouns or the things that we can see or hear or smell or taste or touch. An abstract noun. Abstract nouns have no physical existence. They refer to ideas, emotions, and concepts which we cannot see, touch, hear, smell, or taste. For example, love, fear, freedom, time. These are the abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are the name of quality, action, or state. For example, kindness, bravery, strength, happiness, music, grammar. These are some examples of abstract nouns. Another type of noun is collective noun. So what is collective noun? Collective noun refers to a set or group of people, animal, or things. They are often followed by of and plural form of the noun. For example, bunch of flowers, team of players, flock of birds, herd of buffaloes. So these are the example of collective nouns. Again, look at compound noun. So what is compound noun? When two or more words that jointly create a noun is called compound noun. They can be written as one word or joined by a hyphen or written as separate words also. For example, rainfall. Here, rainfall is written as one word. Son-in-law, here the word is divided or joined by hyphen. And credit card, it is written as separate word. So these three are the example of compound nouns. So this is all about nouns. Verbs, the action words. So a verb is a word or a combination of words that indicates action or a state of being or condition. The verbs are the heart of English sentences. The verbs are related to a lot of other factors like the subject, the person, number, tense, mood, voice, etc. With relation to these factors, verbs are used in many forms, such as base form, past tense form, past participle form, and ing form. On the basis of how their past tense and past participle are formed, the verbs are divided into two groups: regular verbs and irregular. Regular verbs form their past tense and past participles by adding ed after the word. For example, the base form is walk, past tense walked, just ed added, and the past participle is walked. So, regular verb form their past tense and past participle by adding ed. Cook, cooked, cooked. And irregular verbs form their past tense and past participle in a different way from adding ed. For example, go, past tense is went and past participle gone. Sit, sat, sat. We can distinguish three types of irregular verbs. 1. Verbs in which all the three forms, means the base form, past tense form and past participle form are same. Verbs in which two of the three forms are same. 3. Verbs in which all the three forms are different. So let us look one by one. All the three forms are same. Look at the examples. Cut, cut, cut. Put, put, put. Read, read, read. Now, second one is two of the forms are the same. Come, came, come. Here base form and past participle. These two are same. Bring, brought, brought. Here past and past participle are the same. And catch, caught, caught. The past and past participle are same. Again, the third category, all the three forms are different. For example, do, did, done, give, gave, given, write, wrote, written. So, we have learned about the nouns and the verbs. So, let us do some exercises. Question number 1. Find the nouns in these sentences and say whether they are common, proper, collective, or abstract. First, always speak the truth. Birbal was famous for his wisdom. The elephant has great strength. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first president of India. Rahul offered me a bunch of flowers. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Second question. Find all the verbs from the chapter Wonderful West and classify them into regular and irregular verbs. Question number 3. Make a list of 5 regular verbs and 5 irregular verbs. Question number 4. Now find out the meanings of the words mentioned in page number 14. You can use a dictionary. Write the meanings and see the same word has many meanings as well as many uses. That's all for today, dear students. Take care of your health. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you.